Hi everyone, Ashley here with Upside Goods Company. I hope you guys have had a chance to check it out now that I've got a few videos up on the YouTube channel. I'm coming to you today with a really quick video, but something that changed my candle making days profoundly. You probably will laugh a little bit, but that's okay because it's made sense to me. I have always had, and when I started experimenting and even in through my first few batches, I was having trouble with really centering my wicks. I use wooden wicks, and there are a lot of things out there that you can buy on Etsy and so many great places, but as a startup, it's really hard to justify a cost of those wooden wick placement, centering tools, and all of that. You know, if you are making about 80 or so candles a day, that expense really adds up. And I find that as my candles cure, I still need that centering device on there because the weight of the wax kind of shifts it a little bit. Even if it's ever so slightly, it changes the way that the candle can burn. So it's one of the most important things is to have a centered wick. So I'd like eyeball it and then I'd put it in and I was like, oh my gosh, that is like the most centered I've ever seen. And then you pour the wax and then somehow it's completely off. So what I started doing, and just on a whim one day, because I was freaking out when my candles were just poured and starting to harden and it was getting all kind of out of whack, we actually had a wad of rubber bands in our junk drawer. And so I was like, oh man, this will work. This will create some tension. So ta-da, here is my aha moment. Wrapping rubber bands around the vessels so that it creates a nice tension where if a wick is leaning one way, I'll put the rubber band around that side to kind of create a little bit of a baseboard, if you will, and then it centers out. And I leave these on until I'm ready to trim the wicks and polish them up and ship them out for their new homes. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hadn't really seen it on any of the Facebook pages or any of the chats or videos that I've seen out there. And while it might not work and might not for some people, or be the most glamorous rather, it works. I think it's great. And honestly, you can get a pack of rubber bands, like hundreds and hundreds of them for like $5. So I think it's a really great way to improvise, and I will probably continue doing this just to save some money on the back end for my startup cost. Also, thanks to Whole Foods, who gives you rubber bands so that your food doesn't spill on your way home if it's in a plastic container. So I wish this was a sponsored post. Whole Foods, if you're out there, thanks for all the rubber bands. Thanks, guys. I hope this helps.